Liverpool won, Crystal Palace won. A very bad result that Liverpool fans would not like to really listen about and hear about as far as this game of football is concerned. Because when you look at how this game came in through, Liverpool had an upper hand in everything as far as this game of football was concerned. Liverpool had the upper hand as far as this game was concerned. I read you the stats later, before. Liverpool, I think in the last 7 meetings, they had beaten this team and not even a draw. And Mohamed Salah had gotten him. I think in the last 10 meetings, Liverpool had won all of them, and Mohamed Salah had got himself involved in 11 goals. He had scored 7 against Palace and created 4 assists. That was what Mohamed Salah was all about. But today, the way Patrick Vieira set up his team, he set it so hard to make it hard for a side which goes by names of Liverpool. If you don't know how this man set up his team to play against Liverpool, he played with 5 central defenders. Let me show you the starting 11 of a team which goes by names of Crystal Palace. Let me show you this as we get into this to really break down this game of football, because Liverpool had to go past this. So Patrick Vieira came in this game, making it hard for a team which goes by the names of Liverpool to play. So he played with 3 central defenders, Jewad, Anderson, and Guichi. Remember, usually he plays with Guichi and Anderson. Those are his usual central defense partnership. And then he added on Ward. Then he played with Michel, the left back, and Nathan Klein, formerly of Liverpool, as the right back. So after that, he brought in 4 midfielders in Jordan Ayew playing as on the right, Dokore and Scout playing in a double midfield pivot, then Eze playing off the left wing, and Zaha was really leading the line, and is the man who really scored the goal for side which goes by names of Crystal Palace. So when you look at the setup of this team, it was set up to make it hard for Liverpool, because he knows that the ground that you go to thinking only a loss is Liverpool. So what you have to do when you're playing Liverpool, you just have to go on and reduce the humiliation that Liverpool might cause to your team. And that's what Patrick Vieira really came on to do into this game of football as they played the side which goes by names of Liverpool. And good to Patrick Vieira, because his tactics worked out, though he would have even secured a win if at all Zaha was not all that wasteful. But all in all, that's Zaha for you. On a day he chooses to play, he comes in and plays. And when he gets you a goal, that one goal that he got you, that really got you a point, at the side which goes by names of Crystal Palace, at the side which goes by Anfield, then you are good to go in there for you. So smash the like button, comment, and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe. Endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. There is something I really want to show you that a former captain and legend of Liverpool has come out and put up. This is a man who goes by names of Jamie Carragher, very much disgusted about the display of Liverpool. He has said, draws are like defeats when chasing Man City. It's been a terrible start point-wise, but I thought they were outstanding tonight with the way they reacted with a 10 men. Draws are defeats now as Man City are set the bar so high to give City a 4-point head start. Yes, there is a long way to go. It's a tough act to catch one of the greatest teams in the Premier League. So that is what Jamie Carragher has come out and said, that obviously it's always hard to chase Man City at this level, because the league has just started. Liverpool has dropped 4 points in the previous 2 games they've played. It shows that Man City is really at a different level altogether. Now, look at Liverpool. The first game they drew away at the side which goes by names of Fulham. Remember that very well, 2-2. Mitrovic putting Fulham ahead twice, putting them in the lead twice, and after putting them in the lead twice, guess what happens? He really went ahead to give them the best that they deserve, and they really beat the side which goes by names of Liverpool. If it was not a Darwin Nunez save, if it was not Darwin Nunez who came on and saved the day of Liverpool would have gone in there to really lose this game of football. And remember, the same thing happened in the game of Fulham, has happened in the same game of Crystal Palace. Remember, Fulham ended the first half at, is it Craven Cottage, leading Liverpool by 1-0. Even this time round, Liverpool ended the first half when they're really trailing a goal behind. Crystal Palace leading them by 1-0. What does that show you? It shows you that Every time you come back on the field of play and you're playing from behind, you get to level up the game. Obviously, you use a lot of energy. Liverpool is using a lot of energy that I don't know they'll one time regret, because they use a high intensive game of football, and it's always better not to let teams like Crystal Palace to go ahead of you as far as a goal is concerned, because they make it hard for you to score. Crystal Palace made it hard for Liverpool to score, and you saw their only goal came through after that individual brilliance of a man who goes by the names of Luis Diaz in there for you. Then again in the second game, they've been behind for some good minutes. When you look at the stats that I've seen of the game, Liverpool, it shows you how Liverpool needs to strengthen themselves. Guess what? Winfred Zaha scored in the 32nd minute of the first half, and it required Liverpool, how many minutes? It required Liverpool, these are 29. It required Liverpool 29 more minutes to level this game up. So it shows you that they are really looking not as sharp as they were last season, because Liverpool was one of the teams that was scoring for fun the previous season. But if at all it's taking them all those minutes to come in through and really go ahead and really level this game, it's really a shaming the side which goes by names of Liverpool. And I know Jurgen Klopp is fuming in the dressing room, and I know people like Darwin Nunez are really going to go on and really have lots of questions from the manager, and the manager is going to require answers from him, because you just can't do this, guys. You can't just do this to a player. Why could he do this? You were goal down and you go in and do this. Why could he do this? And first and foremost, we first saw this head-butting the player after he was given a slight push by this defender who goes by names of Anderson, the central defender of Crystal Palace. After giving him a slight push, get what he did. He went back and really head-butted him. Remember that Materazzi's Zidane headbutt. You remember that very well. He batted him, he head-butted him, and Anderson get down, and he was given a straight red card. Now, before he even did that, he first tried to use his back head to bat him, but Anderson was not so much close to the player. Now he bats him, he's sent off the pitch. Now, which kind of player is this? Bought 85 million euros, and you come in here and you cost your club to that extent, because that action of Darwin Nunez has costed Liverpool a win today. 100% believe that however much Darwin Nunez got close to 3 close chances and he couldn't convert any, I know that time would come. If at all Liverpool scored when they're a man down, that means they would have held better chances of going in to score if at all they were 11 men on the pitch. So Darwin Nunez really added salt to the injury that Liverpool is having, because most of the centre forwards of Liverpool are not here. Firmino is not here. Diego Jota is not here. All of those are really nursing injuries. They're not having Thiago Alcantara. They're not having Joel Matip. They're not having Naby Keita. So they're having very many players, close to 6-7 players who are starters are away. And Darwin Nunez, as Liverpool prepare themselves to play against Liverpool next Monday, against Manchester United next Monday, he goes on to do that and is going to be suspended for more 2 games. He's out for the next 2 games of Liverpool. So it looks like it's getting uglier to side which goes by names of Liverpool. But they should work on lots of things, by the way, because Sadio Mane was really a very big pillar into this Liverpool team. I really believe that Diaz is trying to fill the boots of a man who goes by names of Sadio Mane, but it looks like it's so much hard for him to reach that level of that guy. Though he really today came out and really scored that equalizer in the 67th, in the 62nd minute, but Liverpool really looked so much short of options, because I really believe that when you're playing a team like Crystal Palace that is really packing a bus, I think it's better to go on and really play that possession-based kind of football. What Liverpool did was to go all out to these players, use the long balls, crosses, yet these people had numbers in the box. I at one time saw the 18-yard box area of Crystal Palace having close to 9 players, and Liverpool were having like 3-4. So how do you expect crosses coming in from Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson to be received by Liverpool players who are really just so little into that 18 box area of a side which goes by names of Palace? So I think even Jurgen Klopp got that wrong. I think Liverpool would have gone to this possessing game, pass, tiki-taka football until these Crystal Palace people would really release themselves, because Liverpool have players who can really see those pockets of space to pass that ball in. You get, when a team has packed five defenders into their box, however good Mohamed Salah is, he can't really get that space to really take off all those players. He can't. He doesn't have that space. That's the problem Liverpool is facing right about now, because as things stand, it's not rosy at their stadium because they really miss players like Thiago Alcantara and Naby Keita. In games like this is where you call in for the services of a player who goes by the names of Thiago Alcantara and Naby Keita, because those players are really, really, really great, especially when a team is really parking the bus. Palace parked the bus. After they parked the bus, they make it hard for Liverpool to play. After making it hard for Liverpool to play, the only way Liverpool could score a goal was because of the individual brilliancy of Luis Diaz, who really came from the left flank, cut inside, and then curled that ball into the goal, and the goalkeeper of Crystal Palace couldn't really save it. But after that, I don't even remember Liverpool putting up a threatening attack again. They were really suppressed. However much they looked busy on the ball. Obviously, they played better than how they were when they are 11. It shows you how much Darwin Nunez needs to go on to cope up with the Liverpool style. The same applies to Haaland. When you look at the way Man City is playing, it looks like he's isolated in the entire system of Man City. The same applies to Darwin Nunez. Having scored 2 goals against his head, which was having scored 1 and assisted 1 against Fulham, I think this time around he has showed us that he is really lacking certain aspects. I think he's so much deadly on the head, but he missed out on 3 chances that would have really put Liverpool ahead. And I tell you guys, people are here undermining Gabriel Jesus. But I told you when I was comparing Gabriel Jesus, Darwin Nunez, and Erling Haaland, I told you Gabriel Jesus has an advantage over these people. First and foremost, nobody on all of those players is better on him having the ball. Secondly, he has been in the Premier League for very, very, very many years, 7 years, because he came in 2017. Now, 5 years in the Premier League. He's so much used to the Premier League. That's why you see to it that he's hitting the ground running at Arsenal. You get? Secondly, he's a better finisher than all of those. He's a better finisher. Let me tell you this. By the end of the season, you'll come here and tell me on Darwin Nunez and Erling Haaland and Gabriel Jesus, who is going to be having more goals? When you look at all these 3 teams play with these number 9s they brought in, who is more threatening? Darwin Nunez looks like he doesn't get himself into the build-up of the game a lot. The same applies to Erling Haaland. But when you look at Gabriel Jesus, he has fit in Arsenal like a glove. Do you know why? He is that kind of player who is going to come in through and really involve himself in play. He's mobile. That's why even his manager, Mikel Arteta, said he doesn't want at any one moment to face him if at all he was a defender, because he's mobile and makes it hard. So Darwin Nunez is really having a problem. Obviously, he's having a very big problem at a side which goes by names of Liverpool, because the way Liverpool plays, they are not used to playing with a typical number 9. Now, a typical number 9 has coming through and he's looking ugly. Even when they create those chances, he's not converting them, because I've counted 3 chances that he really missed. You get that? A typical number 9 would have gone ahead and really score. Out of those 3, at least would have had a shot on target. But none of those 3 went even close to the goalkeeper of Crystal Palace. The first one, he tapped it way far from the goal area. You get? The second one, he hit that ball, but it never even went to goal. It was kicked out by the defender of Crystal Palace. The third one, I think the defender Anderson slid in with his ribs and really stopped it from really going into the back of the net. So it shows you that he is really getting chances but not utilizing them. That's where Firmino comes in to beat him. Firmino is better than this guy as far as the Liverpool system is concerned, because Firmino, his main aim is to really create spaces and do the hold-up play for a side which goes by names of Liverpool. That's why you see when Mohamed Salah is playing with Firmino, he really gets lots of chances. Do you know why? It's written all over the wall and it's very simple, because Firmino, his aim is to create space. Hold that ball, because he's good while holding that ball. He holds that ball, bees with it, and then he does the hold-up play. Then these other players will come in to think that they can get that ball out of him, because his hold-up, the way he holds up that ball, it's like attracting these people to say, all right, let's go and face him. Now, when they come in numbers to really get him, that means they are creating spaces or pockets of space between the half space, between the center and the wide area. That is the half space. That's where Mohamed Salah gets that ball and it's passed to him, and then he goes through and really finds you and then he hits you. That's the problem that Liverpool is facing right about now. Firmino is injured. Diogo Jota is injured. Who are they going to play with next weekend? Sorry, next Monday when they're playing Manchester United. That's a problem. I mean, it's them looking very well when they're not having Firmino or Diogo Dalot or Diogo Jota. But obviously you'll need an outlet to really bring you goals, at a side which goes by the names of Liverpool. When you look at this goal, it shows you how Van Dijk has a big miscommunication with the player who goes by the names of Phillips, who played into that central defense of Liverpool. Liverpool is having lots of problems. Konate is injured. Joel Matip is injured. I don't know why the manager doesn't trust Joe Gomez, though he brought him on later when they had really conceded and they had gotten a red card, and he really put him back in that central defense. I'm asking myself, why isn't the manager not trusting a guy who was just given a contract? The guy wanted to leave. He promised him that I'm going to give you a lot of games to play this time around, and he never gave him those games. So he's not fulfilling his promise to a player who goes by the names of Phillips, and Phillips is really looking shit. You see, Joe Gomez came in through. They were one man down, but they really looked stable. They never looked vulnerable. But Phillips played into, I think Virgil van Dijk had played an offside trap against Zaha. But Zaha beat it because Phillips didn't transit well with Virgil van Dijk, and he couldn't meet the blistering Zaha in there for you and really laid that point in the lower bottom corner, and it was really an exquisite finish by a man who goes by names of Wilfred Zaha to put Crystal Palace ahead after that goal in there for you. But not even enough. This guy missed lots of chances. Let me show you. There is this chance that he really missed. Look at that chance. Today, if at all Zaha was clinical, he would have gotten himself 3 goals. 3 goals. Those, the same manner. Even another one I'm talking about that he missed was in the same kind. That is Zaha for you. So he missed very many chances. And if at all Crystal Palace were to lose this game of football, it was going to be put on Zaha because Zaha really got very many chances. But the problem with Wilfred Zaha, to me, I had a friend of mine comparing him with Anton Martial. I told him, guys, don't even compare him with Anton Martial because Sir Alex Ferguson brought in Wilfred Zaha at Manchester United. He was young and he gave him chances. He failed to prove himself. Even when Moyes came in through and Louis van Gaal, he failed to convince any of those managers. Then they sold him. Now you're comparing him with a player who has been at Manchester United and he has scored very many goals, more than any player that has been at Manchester United ever since I think Sir Alex Ferguson left. So Zaha, the problem with him is one, his mentality. When he chooses to play, he will come in and play. When he chooses not to play, he'll look like a street footballer. You get? Even today, after scoring that goal, what effort did you see him put up? If at all he never scored that goal, I think he wouldn't have been mentioned of any good thing after this game of football. All of us would have been talking trash about Wilfred Zaha. All of us would have been talking trash about Wilfred Zaha after this game of football that he really went ahead to miss that chance. That chance was really supposed to be going in and he couldn't convert it into the back of the net. Look where the goalkeeper is. Look where Alisson is. Alisson was so much looking and really reading a cross that was coming in from the right side of the pitch, from the wide area that was being brought in by Klein, the right back of Crystal Palace. And the entire goal was facing, Wilfred Zaha was facing the entire goal. It was very much open. That was a simple tap in and Crystal Palace would have gone 2 goals up. And I will believe that that would have been the last nail in the coffin as far as this side was concerned. But for Liverpool, it's really a very weird loss because to me, I really count this as a loss because Liverpool shouldn't be drawing against Crystal Palace. If at all you think I'm lying, let me show you this. There is something I want to show you. You get? Because you might think that Rokan David is really just exaggerating because they are going to play a side which goes by the names of they're going to play a side which goes on Liverpool on Monday, and he really believes that they can go in and put up a result. Let me show you this. Guys, these stats, coming in with these stats, leave alone the wins, but there is a stat I want to show you on the screen that you guys need to know that Liverpool have really lost. Let me show you. It's bullet number... it's bullet number... Palace lost their last 5 Premier League games in the row at Anfield. You get? They lost their last 5 Premier League games in a row at Anfield. Are you hearing that? Then Liverpool haven't lost their first home league game in any of the last 18 seasons. They have 14 wins and 4 draws, winning their last 9 in a row. Their last 9 in the row at Anfield have been won. The Eagles, all right. Then Mohamed Salah has been involved in 11 goals in 10 Premier League appearances against Crystal Palace. 7 goals, 7 assists. So you see these stats, 1, 2, 3, and 4, show you that Liverpool had an edge. Let me show you another edge that Liverpool had. When you look at Liverpool, they have 18 wins and Palace has 5. Liverpool has 18 wins and Palace have 5. So why can someone come here and really say that Liverpool really bottled this game? And Jurgen Klopp has every reason to go in and really feel angry as far as this result is concerned, because Liverpool is not supposed to be losing to Crystal Palace. That's it. Because this is a loss to Liverpool. It's a loss. And that's why you saw them playing. They were risking to lose to win. However much they were 10, they are throwing in bodies in there for you to really see that they will get a winner. That's it. Because they knew that it's almost like a loss to go in and really get to a level of losing or drawing to decide which goes by names of Crystal Palace. Gary Neville, as usual, via Sky Sports, has come out and told us that it was a red mist. We've all been there. He has said it's a moment of madness. It's a proper, but Anderson will feel that. We don't know why he does, why he's done it. I've done 2, something else, sorry. I've done 2 or 3 things like this in my career. We don't know why we react. We have no idea. We go off and think what I did, what I just did, do honestly. I kicked a ball at a fan at Everton and did a similar thing in the game against Steve McManaman. It's that red mist. It comes over to you. Obviously, everyone is going to come in and really blame this guy, but obviously, for me, I'm blaming him because there are times when you need to observe your consciousness. And by the way, how much was he bought? They bought him 85 million euros. In games like these, this is where you are supposed to compose yourself and not get frustrated. And what reason does he give for his frustration? What reason does Darwin Nunez give for his frustration? Because they have given him 3 chances. He had not scored 1, any of those. And when I'm playing for Liverpool, there is no reason for me to get frustrated. You know why? If I miss the first chance, the second one is coming. If I miss the third one, the fourth one is coming. The fifth one will come up to the 10th chance, because Liverpool is an attack-minded team and they create chances. They have fullbacks that are the best in the Premier League, almost the best in the world. Their deliveries are always on point. You know that your best outbeat is really good, is heading that ball to the back of the net. You wait for a chance. Keep calm. You get, your composure is so much important, because Anderson used his intelligence and knew that, all right, this guy is now frustrated. Now, let me frustrate him again, more and more. And obviously, that's what happened. And now from a good start, saving Liverpool from a loss of Fulham and going to an ugly start. So I don't know what's wrong with these players. Players like Darwin Nunez, I just look at them and ask, what is really going on with them? And secondly, the high line of Liverpool looks like it can be exposed and opened up, especially playing on with fast players, especially when that ball is really played over the top. We saw it today. Zaha went through them twice in the first half. The first time he went through, he went past them because he's faster than all of them. He beat the high line of Liverpool, he scored. The second time he beat it, he had really a very poor first touch. But if at all he had really taken a good touch, he would have really scored against them. So to me, I really believe that the plan of Patrick Vieira was so much executed, and Crystal Palace are going back home very much smiling, because you really feel like you need to put yourself in the feet of Crystal Palace. Your opening game, you are against Arsenal. You get your opening game, you are against Arsenal. And you know what happens for Arsenal? It's a very big team with Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko, and very many other huge signings. You get you against Arsenal and you lose like that. You lose. Now, second game, you play against Liverpool, because for Arsenal, Patrick Vieira never respected them at all. He said, all right, let me go all in for this team. Because he was home, he really attacked them. He went with a 4-2-3-1. But for Liverpool, he knew that Anfield is not an easy traveling ground. He knew that, and he put up what we call a bus. He played with the bus, he sat back, and obviously he really got himself what he wanted, and that was the points that he really deserved. The point he took away is really so much crucial, according to him, because very few teams are really going to go to Liverpool and really get a point. Liverpool might look like they're shaky right now, but trust me, they don't look shaky like that. A team will go to Anfield and it will face it rough. But obviously, that doesn't count right now, because football, every player is as good, or every team is as good as the entire 90 minutes they've played. That is the previous ones I'm talking about. Liverpool had 24 shots. Crystal Palace had 7. Out of the 24 shots, Liverpool had only 4 shots on target. So it shows you how much Crystal Palace made it hard for Liverpool to come in here and really score. You get? Then 3 shots on target for Crystal Palace. 1 went at the back of the net. Possession, 73% for side which goes by the names of Liverpool. 27% for Palace. 735 passes put together by Liverpool. Crystal Palace put 267. Obviously, you expect this in games when a team is really packing the bus. Obviously, they won't get you the space. They will just stay behind and get you that almost 3/4 of the pitch are given to you to play. For them, they're just marking the 18 box area of their goal. That's it. That's what they are marking. So you expect Liverpool to be having that possession in the field. But even in any other day, even when Crystal Palace opens itself up, they know they cannot match it, and Liverpool come in and really outpass them into this field of play. 86% accuracy by Liverpool, 66% passing accuracy by side, which goes by the Crystal Palace. Then yellow cards, 2 for Crystal Palace, 4 for Liverpool, 1 red card for Liverpool. Darwin Nunez took it. 0 red cards for Crystal Palace, 2 offsides for Crystal Palace, and 2 for a side which goes by names of Crystal Palace. 4 corners for Liverpool and 2 corners for Crystal Palace. So that's how it went down. On the side which goes by names of Anfield, and Liverpool really had to go on and really lose some other points in here onto the Rokani Media Football. Now, where is Liverpool? Someone asked me, where is Liverpool? Liverpool is placed 12th. Liverpool is placed 12th into this league. That's where they are, 12th. 2 points, 2 games, 4 points lost. They've conceded 3 goals. Not a way Jurgen Klopp would have loved to start his season at the side which goes by names of Liverpool. But obviously, United is really at the bottom of the table. You know that very well. Smash the like button, comment, and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, the manager of Crystal Palace, who goes by names of Patrick Vieira, has come out and really said the following after this game of football ended. He has said there were a lot of good teams coming to Liverpool that would be happy with a point, but today we played a really good game collectively, and I'm pleased with the point. Overall, we kept our organization and discipline. It's a really tough place to come and perform. We created some really good chances in a difficult period. We stuck together and defended well. It was a really good team performance. I'm really happy with the team. Then on the red card, when the game is like that, there is a lot of frustration when things don't go your way. But at the end, what was really important for us was to keep our organization and composure and not allow them any kind of space. Our back 5 defended really well today. He has pointed about the organization of Liverpool, that they kept their organization and plan. So they stick to that and they really got a point. So I really believe that he's so much on point, because not very many teams come to Liverpool and really get a result. Don't you know that? Very many teams have been beaten by Liverpool. Enough for United was beaten 4-0 at Anfield. Arsenal was beaten 4-0 at Anfield. So even Man City, when they got a point after drawing 2-2 last season with Liverpool, they celebrated because they had almost lost the game. Liverpool was really killing them, but they managed to come back and really score 2 goals. So I really believe that everyone would go in and celebrate that point that Liverpool has really gotten against a side which goes, Palace has gotten against Liverpool, because you know that when they come in here, they come all out to really create a lot of things. It's one of the most threatening games to travel at. And the organization and discipline for a side which goes by names of Crystal Palace has earned them a point, and obviously they'll count on that. Remember last season, they went to Etihad and collected 3 points. And when Etihad came to Selhurst Park, the stadium of Crystal Palace, they drew. You know that very well. So, guys, thank you very much for watching in. I think that's all I had for you. I think the referee was really good. He had really a very good officiation against these two sides. The red card was on point. He called for fouls that were really genuine, not like Matt Taylor yesterday, who really battled the game of a side which goes by names of Tottenham Hotspur versus the side which goes by the names of Chelsea. I sign out for now. See you later. But Liverpool's next fixture, obviously, they are playing Manchester United at Old Trafford next Monday. We wait and see how that is going to happen. I sign out for now. See you later.